on to in the last class we did the reactions, which were bodily reactions and the cognitive reactions. Okay, now we are going to talk about the emotional reactions. There are several types of emotional reactions under the stress. If the stress is perceived as an excitement and challenge, we can be handled then in a positive emotions like happiness, joy, exuberance are experienced. So what they are saying that when we are experiencing stress, we also experience a lot of emotions at that point of time. Let us say कि we are experiencing stress that is very exciting, that is very challenging. Let's say that you are experiencing stress because you are going to go swimming. Okay, so the joy after you have achieved that will be happiness. Okay, you will be very excited. Okay, so all these sort of emotions you will feel. But if the stress is interpreted as threatening situation, it leads to insecurity and is uncontrollable, then it has negative effects like fear, depression, anger, etc. Now let's say कि you are experiencing stress which is very threatening, that is affecting your life, then it will have negative effect on you. For example, you will go into depression, you will have fear, you will be angry. Such negative reactions are obstacle to our effort to face stress and strain. The stresses which people experience vary in the terms of intensity, duration, complexity and predictability. Now they are saying that when you are experiencing negative stress, when you are experiencing negative emotions, at that point of time, for you to accept that challenge, for you to proceed ahead with that challenge becomes very difficult, and you experience lots of stress. Now that stress depends on intensity, it depends on duration, complexity and predictability. Now what are these terms? Intensity means whether you are experiencing stress, that is high stress or low stress. Duration, that is long term, short term. Complexity, that is if the stress is simple or complex. Predictability, that is you expected the stress or you did not expect the stress. Okay, so unexpected and expected stress. Usually more intense, prolonged, complex and unanticipated stress have negative consequences. So what are they saying? If you are experiencing stress which is high, prolonged meaning it goes on for a longer duration of time. If it is complex, if it is unexpected stress, then it has negative effect on you. Moreover, person's experience of stress depends on physiological structure of health and center. Okay, other thing they are saying is that how you take up stress depends on your body also. Let's say you are a person who is 80 years old. Your body has become weak now, your body is aging now. So at that point of time, for you to accept stress, it becomes very, very difficult. That is why a lot of people experience heart attacks. Person with poor physical health and weak constitutionally naturally are more vulnerable to stress. So people who are weak, people who are aged, people who have health problems, they are more prone to experiencing stress. Vulnerable meaning they experience more stress. The intensity of the person's experience of stress also depends on certain psychological factors like mental health, temperament, self-concept, etc. So your experience of how you deal with stress, okay, depends on your psychological factors also, like your mental health, how is your temperament, that is whether you get angry, whether you are patient enough. Okay, self-concept meaning what do you think of yourself, etc. The cultural context in which people live also determines like nature of reactions people would give under various stressful conditions. So what kind of culture you are being brought up in also tells you how you deal with stress. Let's say in your culture you've been brought up wherein girls have to do all kind of works, then for you to accept that will be easier. But let's say that I get married into your family, I am from a different culture, and I am told you have to do all sort of work, you have to do this, then for me I'll experience more level of stress at that point of time. Resources like money, medical facility, personal and social skills and particular style of coping to deal with the stress, etc. play an important role in person's experience of stress. So they are saying money, what kind of medical facilities you have, what are your personal, social, economic skills, how you cope up or deal with the stress. Okay, that is how you fight with the stress. All these things play a very important role in how you experience the stress. So thus, all these factors determine the appraisal of giving stressful situations. So all these were the factors that determine stressful situation.